evening, good evening, good evening. Or should I say good afternoon? I'm gonna make this short and brief, okay? I'm outside in my city, predominantly black area, but quickly becoming diversified. Boston, Massachusetts! What's going on? How you doing? How you feeling? What's up? Guess what, guys? Little Tay, y'all know she was a sensation. She was a viral internet sensation because she was the little girl who was like 9 years old that was capping with a lot of cash. She was spreading it like a fan, telling everybody she was wealthy. And she was famous. She had money. She was calling everybody broke. You remember little Tay? She had the dirty mouth, the potty mouth girl. Well, anyways, sad news, guys. She is gone. Everyone is reporting it. I was scrolling through my feed and I saw Bad Baddie first, like hours ago, said that she passed. And I was like, oh my gosh, little Tay? Little Tay is gone? I remembered her. Look, she was a little girl when that video came out. Now she is the youngest celebrity, entertainment celebrity as we know so far, thus far. Well, no, Pop Smoke was 16, I believe. So she was like 14 years old. She's gone. She's no longer with us. And her parents had got fired because her parents sold real estate and they allowed her to use the people's cars and home in her video to act like she had it going on. She was capping. Oh, rest in peace, little angel. That she was so influenced by the culture and the rap artists, like just going back and forth and talking crap to one another, that she basically came up off the same thing, talking crap. She had a potty mouth, but she was a baby, true indeed, like Little King. Little King is a baby too, you know what I mean? And unfortunately, people don't want to see angels. Hi. People don't want to see angels. They want to see these kids be villains. Unfortunately, so you get the little kings that be swearing like, you know what I mean? And then this one too, but I guess everybody do things for a reason because she's no longer with us. So whoever was jealous, I hope they feel bad now. So you never know what's the end of a man's destiny. I was like that too. Like, I don't know. If you watched my story in the past, I talked about how I was real jealous of my neighbor. I was real jealous of my neighbor when I was a little girl. She was beautiful. She had the long hair. Everybody wanted to play with her. I was real jealous of her. And then, you know what, later on in life, right? She had got sick and I saw her at her mom's funeral and I didn't even recognize her. I felt so bad for her. I didn't even recognize her, and all I could think about is, wow, how jealous I was of her. And she was like, she had some type of ailment. It was like, I don't know, she had something she was going through that it made her like shake. You could physically see her ailment. And I felt so bad for that girl. Eventually she ended up dying, leaving us. And she ended up having an aneurysm, or I think that's what she had, and it left her, she survived it, but it left her messed up physically and things like that. So the girl that I was jealous of ended up like walking like with an unbalanced walk in a cane later on, even though she was young. And I felt so bad how jealous I was of her. and then for her to die too. So I said all of that to say this: you never know what someone is going through or what their end fate may be. Even though if it looks like a beautiful, pretty canvas, people will be going through some serious things. But overall, my day was sucky. Let's just keep it real, real. I just discovered today, not too long ago, I have to fall back, okay, fall back from everything and just restructure myself, reassess things, and see where I want to put my time, my energy, because being homeless is like it sucks. Okay, I be burning up and I got a curfew. But I'm broke and I'm New. That's black, New York. Okay, but that has nothing to do with anything. I'm just like, it's a lot of crazy stuff happening as far as my income, and I'm ready to go back to work. I'm ready to see what is going on. They told me I will not be losing my leg, but I'll never be able to run. I will not be losing my leg. They're not going to do a surgery. So I went to this physical therapist, and she was like, "What are we doing here?" She wouldn't do anything to my leg or my knee because I had got a cortisone shot. So she was like, "Let's let that wear off because I'm afraid that if I do something, I can aggravate the injury." And I agree with that. And I think that's what it is. And that's how I always felt, even about physical therapy. It's like, is it working or is it the shot? You know what I mean? Because once the shot wear off, it's like, I'm walking with a cane. I'm like, God damn, I feel ancient around here. How did this happen to me? I'm such a young lady and I don't do drugs. And I tried to fix my eating habits. Like, I can't believe I did this to myself. And it's confusing not to know and have a real diagnosis. So they said that I had an old injury. So I'm like, but if I had an old injury, wouldn't I have shown some type of symptoms? Like, nothing happened to my leg other than me working like a damn slave on this damn planet. Okay? But, it's like they overuse my muscles. But now when we go beneath the muscles, there's other stuff going on. I just don't go on WebMD anymore to drive myself crazy. But you haven't really given me a satisfactory report to find out what is happening, what we're healing. Pain is one thing. I'm in pain because of the issue, and that's what they're acting like. There's no issue. I'm so tired of this damn hospital, man. I swear. I have to really go and switch my hospitals, but I haven't. This is the only hospital I know. I'm 53. What the fuck? I don't go hospital hopping. You understand what I'm saying? That's just not even my thing, but I'm just not getting the satisfaction at this hospital. They say this hospital is known for gunshot wounds. They said if you get shot, trauma, like shot or stabbed, that's the best place you can go. And with it being in the city, I can believe that. But they said that is the best place that you can go. Okay? They're real good when it comes to that type of trauma. But if you don't got anything else, man, they will bill you. They will play with your time. They will bill you. Everything's a referral with them. It's never a walk in. But even though there's other hospitals, doctors aren't so yeah, well, WebMD will drive me crazy, but you know what? It may drive me crazy, but at least it gives me answers. And that's the sucky part about WebMD. It has your mind going a mile, you know what I mean, a minute, but you have an idea of what is going on. Yeah. Oh, well, you know what? I never thought of it that way. He got a hella system. This is someone on their motorcycle bike. Nice. But yeah, a hospital for shooting victims. That's exactly what's going on up here. Nothing more. Because my leg's been acting up for 2 years, guys. Now, when I worked for the registry 3 years ago and they gave me this paid leave of absence, okay, you know, that administrative leave, I was walking around the pond. All I was trying to do was get rid of this belly fat. I was doing jumping jacks. You understand? I was doing everything. I was filming turtles. I was doing my thing. I was not complaining about walking. I could even jog a little bit. So I was like, if it's not the job, is it the COVID shot? Because that would be the only thing I put in my body. I do not do drugs, guys. I'm not a drug addict. You understand? I don't really take medication. It's like, no, it ain't no side effects and stuff like that. And when I felt actual side effects, I stopped taking certain medicines. You understand? And that was just for my mind and shit, you know? And I was like, fuck that. When I got out here in these streets, I was like, oops, I ain't trying to be a certain way out here in these streets. I'm trying to be alert and aware. Okay? Because some of these places you go into, they say they're unisex, but there's primary one gender there, males. Okay? So, it's just one of those things. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that because I'm concerned. If I had went to their hospital, they would have treated me physical therapy. But I went to another physical therapy in my community, like in the black community, as opposed to the hospital. I was like, because it's like physical therapy, restaurant, library. It's all within that area. So I'm like, word, why don't I just go here and then go here and go here? And my favorite dish is really rice and beans from Mario's. Okay? I'd be like, hook me up, Mario. Mario be hooking me up, rice and beans. I'd be like, oh. Then I got the fucking chicken place when I miss Mario's rice and beans. I'm like, yo, why y'all down here cooking so damn good? You know I like food. Ooh, I never used to eat, right? True story. I never used to eat. I was a parent. I cooked, and I got children. But you know, parents when they cook, they be tasting food and nibbling. So I'm like, it started. I was like in 2011. I can pinpoint that. You know why? There was two things that changed in my life. I started dating this guy, and I started eating fried food. Ooh. Prior to that, I baked everything. But I ate fried food like here and there, but like, you know, when I was younger, but when I got older, like I didn't cook like my mom, like a lot of Crisco and all of that. I just wouldn't do like that type of cooking. So I really didn't fry food like that. I always would bake food. So I dated this guy, and the first thing he made me in a deep fryer was some haddock fish. I was sold and I was hooked. And that's when all my poor eating habits began. And then when I moved to the nice neighborhood, it got worse. And that was in 2017. So they didn't have convenience stores like in the hood. You know, everything's accessible, so you're gonna find a convenience store everywhere. But in the nice neighborhood, okay, like it's like the outskirts of Boston, they had one supermarket store. and they had the gas, well, the 7-Eleven. But when you live on the outskirts of Boston, it's like country. You better have a car, but everything's like a distance to get to. So it's not no more access. So, anyways, when you buy, you just be buying stuff. You know what I mean? You buy stuff to last you a week. It ain't like you're gonna have access. I went down there and fell in love with the motherfucking bakery cookies. Mm, mm, mm. I was like the cookie monster. Crumbs. Listen, I was leaving crumbs, trails, everything. I was eating them shit morning, noon, night, in. God damn, you know that AM bathroom check? Yeah. I had to get one right after I left the bathroom and shit. Next thing I know, I went to the hospital. The damage was done. Yes, sugar get us every time. Yes, it does. It got me. I can't stand them motherfucking cookies now. Them my enemies. Look at me. Look at me. Oh, food, baby. Food, baby. Look at me. That is the hardest weight to get off too. That shit stick. But after I got mad at the cookies, I went on down the street to the Cheesecake Factory. Ooh, Lord. You know how you move in, you move into a neighborhood or it's something you always hear about and then finally you can go there. It's like down the street from you. That's the dangerous things when you live on the outskirts of the city too. It's like the restaurants. It's so different from fast food and like around the way. You be like, oh my gosh. So you got to that taste. You be like, I ain't taste this before. I never taste this before. You know what I mean? So I ate the cheesecake until I got sick of it. One day I went and got a birthday cheesecake and I was like, not trying to share my daughter. I was getting real greedy with it. That's why I said I'm greedy in my thing. I was getting real greedy with it. What? Then I saw. I ate too much of that cheesecake. I was like, Lord. And then I never ate cheesecake after that. So I guess like I eat things until I get tired of them. Then it's like out with the others. So I would like to work on being a mean person. It's not a bone in my body that's me. But no, to really be like, no, no, because people, they will throw you to the sharks for nothing. And then that in their world is normal. But in your world, it's weird. Like, are you serious? I don't know. I'd be like, yo, I'm not. I got a low. I have a low tolerance. Yeah. Don't be mean. Don't be mean, baby. Nah, they need some mean girl from me. They need some mean girl. Cause if I don't be mean to them, guess what? But you know what? You're right. I'm not gonna even be mean. I'm gonna just create my own world and environment. And you know what? If I really don't have to interact with people on that level, don't. Because you know why? I want to keep my energy pure. Right? I want to keep my energy pure. You know? And I'm like, I saw that from a testimony. This lady said she said she died and she could see people's energy. And she said she could tell when their energy was off because it was like my hair, wild and crazy. But it's really soft and beautiful. You want to touch it? You like? I love my hair. But anyways, so she was like, she could tell the people that was going to have accidents, the people that, was going to be sick because they had blockage in their energy. The people that was good and healthy and calm and not anxious, their energy flowed through their body. High vibration, exactly. And I listen to Hertz music. I listen to that sometimes to set the mode and mood, and also I listen to gospel harp music because what God told Paul to do, David to do, and it made the bad energy leave. Harp music. It made the bad spirits leave Saul, and he came back to himself. So harp music has a nice calming effect to the body, and it's very important to keep your energy, your vibration very high, like still calm water, like smooth, like now smooth, you know. And some people, their energy is to be like all over the place. Like you don't even have to be doing anything to them or saying anything to them. They automatically let you know what's in their heart and have the comment. But you know what I always be saying to myself? Stay focused, Yasana. Stay focused, Yasana. Because I don't want to go back to my daughter's house. And I do not, I can't go back to another shelter in the Boston area once I get kicked out of this one. You know what I mean? If I cut up and I get kicked out, and my whole journey was for naught. So I have to behave myself at my age because you know what? It's in me. You know what I mean? But it's also in me to weigh things and be an adult and be mature and realize that my life is not in danger. This is just talk. I don't know them. They don't know me, and I do not have to deal with them for a long period of time. So as long as I know that's my exit, you know, yeah, yeah, look into that. It's very nice and relaxing. You'll love that. Oh my gosh, you'll love gospel harp music. And you might even know some of the songs, but it's played in that gospel harp as instructed by God. That's how you worship Him with the harp. So, I just realized that because people, they have their own agenda. You know what? And God bring me through the doors He want me to go through. But I just said, God, please let me do this mission without incident. Without incident. Because, people, they're troubled. I have a lot of things that goes on, but I'm not a troubled spirit. I love life. I love living. I love people. But there's just certain people I don't want to be around. I think that, I am going to move and leave this state. And you know what? I have already searched for 10 thriving communities where good behavior is promoted and it's accepted and it's expected. And that's what's most important. It's expected. It's expected for you to have a clean home, clean area, clean, sidewalk, just cleanliness. It's expected and it's wanted. But in some areas, it's there are differences. Like if I really showed you certain things in my city, it's disappointing and unacceptable, and has become a bad, 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 bad problem. And with the Haitians migrating here in Spanish and everyone else, is about to get worse. It ain't enough room. You can't play anymore about really seeking the resources the government's supposed to offer you. And being in these shelters and these houses, them days is over for for everybody, because it's really first come, first serve. And when I was in the other shelter, it was like 6:23 and there were no beds. So it's really serious in the right to shelter states. When you're homeless, like, get in here, do what you need to do, and let the system too do what they need to do, because some people have died off. Some people have died off, right? On these housing waiting lists, got housing, moved on. Even though they said the waiting list, the thing is, They try to update it and maintain it every year or something like that. They will reach out to you to find out if you're still interested, or whatever your housing status is. So let's get the ball rolling, because people, they shouldn't be coming from other countries and going into housing right now. Like, and motherfuckers are still waiting. I've been out here goddamn my whole year, shit, 3 months technically, full, by going up in the shelter. Y'all know I was homeless last year. I was living in them hotels and in the shelter and everything like that. I went from the shelter. Oh my gosh, it's a white girl with goddamn afro. I think she's white. I'm gonna let y'all see her. Okay. This is what's happening in our community. It's becoming diversified, and they walk around like no problem. No problem, Susie Q. Which is not wrong with that. You know what I mean? But shit, it's not ownership. You gotta own stuff. If you want your neighborhood to be a certain way, you gotta own things. If you want a lot of things to not change, you have to reinvest into your community. Like Little Baby did. Putting the seafood menu, goddamn restaurant into his old neighborhood. He was a kid, and I love that Little Baby. Y'all can say what y'all want. I don't care what he do on his personal time. I'm happy we got an introduction to this young man. He's very encouraging, inspiring, and motivating. I listen to his song every day, Merch Madness. There's something about it that just motivates me. I hope he's the truth. I hope he's not a fraud. You know what I mean? Like getting caught up. Oh, she walked by. I'm sorry, I couldn't switch the camera. I could have switched the camera. I didn't know that. I'm still learning about the camera, guys. Okay, we'll catch her again. She seemed like she lives in the neighborhood. You know what I mean? But shit, she could have been black too. But she had an afro. Period. But Little Baby, some chick, she got like went viral for saying I'll never go there again. It had to be a black woman. Okay? Yes, next time. Yes, next time. So she went viral for saying they they cut the fish in half and she only got 4 shrimps when she asked for 5. Maybe somebody telling you something, sweetie. I don't know. It wasn't nothing to be like, I'm not gonna ever go back there again, because everybody else been opening up their plates, their styrofoam plates, and it's been looking real good. That fish, that sauce on them fries. I seen someone's goddamn plate.